Good late evening. Actually, overnight when I should be sleeping, but I fell asleep too early and now I'm up and only going to get a couple hours of sleep now before I have to wake up and go to work, right? But we're just going to do a quick update because I've been very busy at work with no signal at this plant. So it's going to be very hard for me to make updates. So I'm going to do in the morning tomorrow, try to do a nice half-hour video and break it up and then just have them go off throughout the day because I virtually have no ability to upload at this plant. But you can see we're coming up to this overhead resistance. This is a great time to be making this update because we're right here at this upper resistance on our downtrend line. Make it easier to see. See this every time since way back up here. We've been hitting this. It acts as major resistance since we had our blow off top in Doge. When Vincenzo got on the map up here on Saturday Night Live crash, where Vincenzo called that and was calling for it way back here based on TA. And that's why Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing is the gold standard when it comes to long-range forecasting in the stock market and the crypto market, and especially Dogecoin, because I'm the Dogecoin champion, right? But our channel's grown since then. So we have more to back up on than just live off of a one-hit wonder, right? We're a 100-hit wonder. But you see here, it came down, then it came up, rejected, came up, rejected, came up, rejected, rejected, rejected. And now we're coming up again. And you know why it keeps getting rejected? Because our friend, the Duck Hunter, Isaac's favorite friend, the Duck Hunter. Isaac, if you're watching, the Duck Hunter hasn't been around in a while, but the Duck Hunter's back. And he's perched. He's just sitting there perched, right? And he's shooting key ducks as they try to fly over key overhead resistance into duck utopia. But the Duck Hunter is just perched. You know, he's perched on his chair. We'll give him a little chair, right? The Duck Hunter needs a chair. And he's just chilling, right? He's got his little fancy hairdo and whatnot. Got some big ears. Boy, those are some big ears you got there. Well, that's for hearing, boss. You know? And he's waiting there perched to fucking... bam! Shoot him down right in the fucking head, son. Driving him down into submission. And that's what the Duck Hunter is going to do as we pull out, as our now nearly 330 subscribers have demanded more Eraser. And bam, Eraser has made a phenomenal entrance to the show. And you can see every time as we zoom in, it gets rejected when it hits that yellow line, which just so happens to be where the overhead the moving averages are. And that's exactly where we're at now. And I'm anticipating for it to crash and would make sense. Come down and form a double top, come back up and get rejected, because that's what I think you got going on here. So in Doge, if you just roll this fucking rip from this depressed state way down here, say you bought in there and you're up, damn, that's a 44% move from there. That's fucking crazy. If you got in anywhere there and got lucky to get it at the bottom, I would be selling right on this right now, because you're going to form this rounding top as the buyers or the bulls are being exhausted and the sellers or the bears are taking over the market, and this price is going to come down in Dogecoin, right? DGB probably had a similar pump from the bottom. It did. And now you're doing the same thing. As soon as you break, you're going to trade up into here, form that rounding top, and you're going to come down really fast. If you have the opportunity to short on an exchange, this is a phenomenal shorting opportunity, because you're going to get rejected at this 0.047 outside chance in all these coins that you could squeeze and ooze and slither your way up like a snake up into this 200-day moving average in green and then get rejected. But when you get rejected next time, you're coming down now, right? Quant, digital asset dad, I'm sorry. I put out a video this morning. I did not see last night that you sent a coin request. I gave you a brief one at work, but I was extremely busy at work today. And oh, this actually pumped even higher. They're really pumping this thing right now. Holy shit. You know? But we call this crash here for all the people that were that bought up there that were trying to swing trade it. They would have got driven out in that 45% crash. Now you're having another pump. But again, digital asset dad, I apologize. You're my valued loyal customer and subscriber and OG and made this channel possible. This volume is still crashing. And I do think this is going to roll over on itself, kind of like a big W. And W's are bearish topping reversal patterns. I think this again is going to roll over. It doesn't look like it now. It seems like you can't lose in your jabroni if you don't buy up here, because it's going to continue to pump to the hundreds and $200s and $300 way up there. But I just don't see it happening with the volume as we zoom in to the closer time frame. This thing's got it overshot. Oh, I didn't mean to delete that. We'll call that. It overshot like they always do. You can never pick the exact tops. They always do just enough to get maximum jabronis in, right? And yeah, somebody made some money on here, but most people like that are on here that ride the hype, they're going to get hammered because this is a rising wedge. You can see that clearly. It's just bigger than what it was, and now we're topping out at this upper green zone. And the targeted move out of a rising wedge, when they break down, is the bottom of the wedge, which is down here, and it just so happens to be where you started from after a huge collapse. And I think as soon as you trade out of that, you're going to come down here really fast, and you're going to have a huge crash, and a bunch of people are going to lose a lot of money because most of these guys go on leverage, and it's going to be a 45% crash in Quant. And then we have XDC. Quant's doing similar to what XDC did up here when I was getting all kinds of requests, and I had to snip out and detect what was happening back then, because everyone again